You know what time it is. Live from the Bare Muscle Garage, it's time for Fit Crew. What do we got in store for you today? Let's go ahead and share this on screen. So for today's workout, we've got a descending ladder for you here. We're going to be doing 400-meter run, 9 wall walks, 9 power cleans, followed by 300-meter run, 6 wall walks and 6 power cleans, and then 200-meter run, 3 wall walks, 3 power cleans. And we may be looking at this thinking, I don't have space to run that far, or wall walks drive me up the wall. Don't worry, guys. As always, we're going to warm up really well, and we're going to go through all the options that will allow you to do this workout or your version of it right where you are, using what you have and doing what you can. But let's go ahead and start this general warm-up. Here we go. Let's get some arm circles going back, arm circles back. And as you know, my name is Coach Chris. I am a level 3 CrossFit trainer, which means I've logged thousands of hours over many years, helping many people just like you live their best life through health and fitness. Let's move on to arms across the chest. Hug yourself, love yourself. And one of the ways I've been privileged to help you guys live your best life is through Habit Master Coaching. And I've been privileged to help you guys, especially through our awesome team of coaches, both in health coaching sessions and in private training sessions. And let's move on to the wrist wave. And you may ask, well, why health coaching? Well, we know the things we need to do, right? But do we have the motivation and the guidance to come up with a specific plan that will help us to stick with it? Our compassionate health coaches sit and listen to the circumstances of your life, understanding you with no judgment, and help you to make one small step at a time to really make these an integral part of your life. Let's go ahead and move on to some high knees. High knees into chest, or we could do some high elbows. And in addition to awesome health coaching sessions, we also offer private training sessions, because as instructive as we make these videos, it's great to have some two-way feedback and for an awesome coach with their eagle eye to see your movement and give you specific guidance and instructions to help you move well and continue to learn these moves and get stronger and stay out of pain. Let's go ahead and move on to some cat phrases. Up on the toe, back on the heel, up on the toe, back on the heel. Or we could do some wrist extensions or both. And so health coaching along with private training are the best way for you to get what you individually need out of this program so you can reach your full potential. Let's now move on to some jumping jacks, or we could do some stepping jacks if we want low impact. So if any of this sounds interesting to you, please click that link that's in this video, or feel free to reach out to me directly for details. Let's go ahead and take a break from this warm-up, guys, and we're going to move on to the activation phase, which is where we're going to do a couple different moves that are going to help us to get specifically ready for today's workout. So the first thing we're going to do is reverse plank ups. And let's go ahead and have Bird Dog demonstrate 2 reverse plank ups for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then those reverse plank ups are going to look like this. So let's all join in here and let's do 10 reverse plank ups together. Now, it could be that this is a bit hard on the wrist, in which case we may choose to do the glute bridge instead. And let's have Bird Dog show us a couple glute bridges where we lay on the back, pull the feet in super close to the hips, squeeze those glutes, getting those hips as high as we can in the air. But if we're doing the reverse plank up as prescribed, we've got those hands to the side, squeezing those glutes, getting the hips as high as we can in the air, getting higher and higher each rep. So good job here on these reverse plank ups. Next, we're gonna roll over and warm up those calves. Let's go ahead and have twin one demonstrate 2 reps of the dynamic calf stretch for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then we're actually going to do some dynamic elbows like this. So let's everyone join in here and let's do 10 reps of the dynamic calf stretch. And so a couple things to keep in mind. We are hiking those hips up, bending the one knee, pulling that back heel into the ground, and we're holding this for about 2 seconds before switching sides. Now, it could be that doing this off the ground is a bit hard on the wrists, just like that reverse plank up, in which case we could do this off of an inclined surface. Let's have twin one demonstrate here. This could also be off a counter, off a sofa, or even off the wall. We'll be in an inclined pike position, bending the one knee, pulling that back heel into the ground. But good job here on this calf stretch. Next, we're going to do some walk the floors. Let's go ahead and have Bird Dog demonstrate 1 walk the floor for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the walk the floor is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 5 walk the floors together. Now, it could be that getting all the way down to the ground is a challenge for us, in which case we have a couple options here. We could do that walk the floor just down to the plank, and let's have Bird Dog show us what that looks like. We're walking all the way out to a plank position, walking that back, standing it up. Or it could be that we end up doing this off of an inclined surface. Let's have twin one demonstrate a rep here. This could be off of the sofa or any other inclined surface. We get our feet up against there. Then we take a couple steps back, then step forward, and then we clap overhead. But if we are doing the walk the floor as prescribed, we are getting all the way down, chest on the ground, walking those hands back to the feet, and then standing all the way back up, reaching back at the top. And so good job here on these walk the floors. Next, we're going to do some high knees, but we're actually going to do some high knee hip circles. So we're going to get those knees nice and high and then out to the side like this. Now, this could be a challenge as far as balance is concerned. So if we need to hold on to a pole or something like that, then that's completely fine as well. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then for the high knees, we're going to do some alternating forward arm raises like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the high knees together. So a couple things to keep in mind. We are getting those knees up over hip height, and then we are going to the side, circling that down, really opening up these hip flexors, which is going to be very important for all the running that we're going to do today. No matter which version we're doing, we'll go over different options on that running. But getting those knees nice and high, circling out to the side. And if we need some help with the balance, then so be it. Always safety first, but good job on these high knees. Next, we're going to do some reverse lunges. Let's go ahead and have twin one demonstrate 2 reverse lunges for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the reverse lunges are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reverse lunges together. And so, safety first, we always want some type of protection for that knee. So, for instance, we see twin one with a mat that she's taken a big step over slightly to the side until that knee touches the ground. And we've got bird dog as well with some knee protection. But it could be that getting all the way down to the ground is a bit of a challenge for us, in which case we may choose to do some step downs, which is where we'd get a footstool or a step ladder or something along those lines. And then from the standing position on top, we're actually just going to take some turns stepping those legs down. And let's have twin one demonstrate that for us. We're going to get that footstool or step ladder or even stairs if that's the most practical option. And we're standing on top of that stair and then just taking turns, taking a step down, right back up, keeping that top leg on top. And so good job here on these reverse lunges or step downs, whatever is better for us. Next, what I'd like everyone to do is let's go ahead and grab a broomstick or mop or a PVC pipe. Have you joined the PVC crew yet? We are waiting for you. No application needed. Just grab it. But whatever the case, we want nothing heavier than a broomstick right now. We always start light before we go heavy, if at all. So with this broomstick in hand, we're going to do some deadlifts. And first, Bird Dog is going to show us how we grip this thing. We got that hook grip on there. So we have the thumb wrapped around, fingers are over the thumb. And let's have twin one demonstrate 2 deadlifts for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the deadlifts are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 deadlifts together. So a couple things to keep in mind. We have those feet close together underneath the hips. And at the start of the deadlift, those hips are going to be super low, chest is up, shoulders back. We are looking straight ahead to keep a nice straight back there. And then we're going to take a deep breath in and brace that core as we drive the ground away, getting to a fully standing, locked out position with the shoulders back at the top. And then, of course, we're keeping that close on the way back down as well. And so good job here on these deadlifts. Finally, here in the activation phase, we're going to do some clean pulls. Let's go ahead and have twin one demonstrate 2 reps of the clean pull for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the clean pull is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the clean pull together. So a couple things to keep in mind. We are driving with the power of the legs here. So notice it's only a pull in that we're holding on to this broomstick and it's technically making a pulling motion, but the power here is coming from the legs. Starting in the same position as that deadlift, as soon as we reach those knees, we are squeezing those glutes, gaining some speed, blasting that bar up with the power of the hips, keeping it close to the body as well. And notice how there's no bend in the elbow whatsoever. We are just focusing on getting the power with the glutes and the legs. So good job here on these clean pulls. Well, that is it for the activation phase. Now we're going to move on to the movement prep, which is where we're going to practice specifically the 3 moves that we're doing in today's workout. The first move that we're doing is a run. So if you happen to have the space to run outside and get a full at least 100 meters in, what I'd like you to do right now is go ahead and step out and time yourself doing a 100-meter run. And we're going to talk about how we can scale the run to your level of ability on that run. But most of us don't have that space. We're actually going to be running inside doing shuttle runs. And we're going to show 2 different ways of shuttle runs. So the first way is 50-foot shuttle runs, where we run 25 feet down and back. And we're going to do these without a tap today. Let's go ahead and have Twin 1 demonstrate a 50-foot shuttle run for us. So she's running down to the 25-foot halfway mark, all the way back, boom, and without tapping the ground. That is a shuttle run. Or we can choose to do shuttle runs in place, which is going to be 20 high knees in place. Let's go ahead and have Twin 1 show us a in-place shuttle run. And so that is 20 high knees, and she has changed direction there. She's on her second shuttle run, which is a very effective way to keep track of those shuttle runs. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then we're actually going to do sets of 20 arm raises like this for each shuttle run. So let's all join in and let's do 5 shuttle runs. Now, preferably, if we have the 25 feet of space to run down and back, that's the preferred method of the shuttle run for today. Running down, running back without that tap. Now, it could be that since we don't have that space, we're choosing to do the shuttle runs in place today. And so every 20 high knees, let's keep track of those shuttle runs. And I highly recommend that we just use the finger counting method. So when we're on that first shuttle run, we have the finger out like this. Okay, I'm on the first, I'm doing my shuttle run. And then when we're on the second, we're doing this. When we're on the third, we're doing this, so on and so forth. And then as you get to the 6th, you can either use both hands or whatever is easier for you. If you want to go back to this, that's fine. But very important that we keep track of those shuttle runs in whatever way that makes sense for us. The second move that we're doing in today's workout is wall walks. And so let's go ahead and have Twin 1 demonstrate a wall walk for us. Now, this is a very high skill movement that could be scary for many of us. So we have a couple different options here. Instead of the wall walks, we could do those walk the floors that we were just doing in the warm-up. Let's have Twin 1 remind us what a walk the floor looks like, whether we're getting all the way down to the ground or if we're modifying it by going down to the plank or doing it off an incline. All of those are good options for the wall walk today. Or it could be that we do a low version of the wall walk where we get our feet. Well, we always start with the chest on the ground, but then we start with that push-up, get our feet on the wall, and then just travel a little bit with the hands, and then a little bit back. And then that is a low wall walk. And we are doing this from the seated position. Then what I'd like you to do is to hit that cross, reach, raise. And then at the top of that motion, what I'd like to see you do is if you have some handles on your chair, I'd like you to give yourself a push at the top, at the end of each wall walk. But if not, then at least a cross, reach, raise. That's going to equal a wall walk for us for today. But let's go ahead and join in here and let me see at least 2 to 3 practice wall walks. And so each rep is going to start and end with the chest on the ground. We start with the chest on the ground and we start with the push-up. We don't start with the legs. We want to take a deep breath in, brace that core, lead with the hips before getting the feet on the wall. And that's what saves our lower back. And a lot of people talk about, oh, the wall walk gets my lower back going. And that's because we have to brace that core and lead with the hips first before going with the legs. And that'll keep the back in the nice position that it needs to be. And of course, from the seated position, I want us to challenge ourselves as much as possible. We see Mighty Mouse hitting that full extension dip. In the workout, what I like to see you do is actually hit some stands. And so we know you can do that, Mighty Mouse, and that's what we're doing for the wall walk for today. And then the third move that we're doing in today's workout is power cleans. So let's go ahead and grab that broomstick to practice the power clean. And let's look on as Twin 1 demonstrates 2 power cleans for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the power clean is going to look like this. So let's all join in and let's do 10 power cleans together. So a couple things to keep in mind. We are starting in the same position as that deadlift that we were doing in the warm-up. But then as soon as that bar reaches those knees, we are going to blast past the knees using the power of the hips and the legs to get that up to the shoulders. And we want to think fast elbows, high elbows. Now, this could be a lot of jumping and landing for us, in which case we may choose to do the muscle clean instead. Let's have Twin 1 demonstrate a couple reps of the muscle clean. So it's the same starting position, same finishing position, except without the jump and the land. And we're still using the power of the legs to get some speed through the middle, getting those elbows nice and high at the top. And so good job here on these power cleans. Well, now it's ramp up time. If you've been earning badges and you'd like to add some weight to do either the scaled, intermediate, or RX weight on those power cleans, then let's start to gradually add some weight, doing about 3 to 5 power cleans at a time, adding a little bit of weight each time until we get to the weight that we want to use for our division. And we've got plenty of time to do at least 3 to 4 build-up sets without going straight to that weight. But if we've not been earning badges, or we're just getting back into this after a long time off, then please, let's not add any weight. That super light weight that we were just using is going to be more than enough for us today. Seriously. It's very important we have the right form and consistency with all our habits, as evidenced by earning that badge, before we've earned the right to add or reintroduce intensity, such as by adding weight or going fast. And whether we're adding weight or not, let's pay close attention to the following checklist. Number 1, please make sure your device is fully charged or plugged in, so we can get through this whole workout without losing you. Number 2, let's grab some water. Let's take a sip. Let's make sure we got our water nearby so we can take a sip as needed all throughout the workout. Number 3, I'm going to give everyone a 3, 2, 1, go countdown. And that's how you can synchronize your timer with mine if you choose to use one. Number 4, music. Super important. Your music moves you. You don't need to listen to my music. You can blast your music as loud as you want, as long as you can still hear me helping you throughout the workout. And lastly, how are we keeping track of these rounds? This is a 3-round workout. The reps are starting high. They're getting lower each time. There's going to be a lot of counting of shuttle runs potentially. We definitely want to have some type of system in place to help us to know where we are without getting lost. The best way to do that is to have the workout written down close by. So if you're a teacher's pet like Mighty Mouse or all these others teachers' pets who came prepared, let's go ahead and show that whiteboard nice and proud. Here we go, guys. Teacher's pet picture in 3, 2, 1. Awesome. I'm going to bring the workout back on screen one more time, and then we'll get going. So in just about a minute, we're going to start this timer, and we're going to do this 3-round descending ladder workout of runs, wall walks, and power cleans. We're going to do 400-meter run, followed by 9 wall walks and 9 power cleans. Then we're going to do a 300-meter run, followed by 6 wall walks and 6 power cleans, and then a 200-meter run, followed by 3 wall walks and 3 power cleans. Now, most of us are doing shuttle runs, in which case we're actually going to do 20 sets of shuttle runs for the 400-meter run, followed by the 9 wall walks and 9 power cleans. And then we're going to do 15 sets of shuttle runs in the second round, followed by 6 wall walks and 6 power cleans. And then we're going to do 10 sets of shuttle runs in the last round, followed by 3 wall walks and 3 power cleans. And lots of people have different ways to count these shuttle runs, but it's very important that we just treat each shuttle run as its own thing. And let's count each shuttle run as we complete it. So each shuttle run, we talked about either the 50-foot, which is down and back, boom. The finger counting method usually is the most practical and straightforward way. If we're doing the 20 high knees in place, after we've done 20 high knees, boom, just get another finger up there and we do another 20 high knees, boom. Then there's no confusing which number of shuttle run that we're on, using that finger counting method as well. Now, if we do happen to be running outside, it could be that maybe we need to reduce the distance on these runs in order to try to hit that target window. We're looking for that 400 to take us less than 4 minutes. So if we struggle to get that 100-meter run done in less than like 45 seconds or so, then let's definitely reduce the distance on each of these runs. We may want to consider just doing 200-meter runs all across the board. That would be a simple way to reduce the distance in order to keep it within the target window. And let's also remember the options we have on the wall walks if we need to do the low wall walks, or if we need to do walk the floors, or even off the counter. That's another option for us as well. Let's just pick the option that's best for us. So your score is going to be the time it takes to get through these 3 rounds of descending reps of shuttle runs, wall walks, and power cleans. 20 shuttle runs in that first round, 15 shuttle runs in the second round, 10 shuttle runs in the last round. So if you are good to go, give me a thumbs up over here and we will get this going. I'm going to give us a 10-second countdown, and then I will highlight 2 and 1 to get us going. So here we go, guys. 20 shuttle runs, followed by 9 wall walks, 9 power cleans, and then it's all downhill from there. Starting in 10 seconds. Let's get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. And we are off. We got twin 1 on that first shuttle run. Boom, that was 1. And that was 2. And Bird Dog as well is doing these 50-foot shuttle runs. running 25 feet down and back. We've got Deb doing the in-place shuttle runs, 20 sets of these, 20 high knees. And Mighty Mouse doing the in-place shuttle run from the seated position. So I'd love to see all the different options that we have at our disposal, and everyone doing the version that is good for them. And notice we're not tapping on these shuttle runs because we're doing these shuttle runs in place of a 400-meter run. And so just in order to keep that same stimulus of continuous running, we already have a bit of a turnaround. And in case you're wondering, like, well, 20 shuttle runs, you know, the distance there is an equivalent to 400 meters. That's okay. The 20 shuttle runs there, the effort it takes with those turnarounds and the stimulus is still going to be pretty equivalent. 20 shuttle runs to the 400-meter run. But let's keep track of these. Doing these shuttle runs, breathing, pushing, getting through it. All the way down, all the way back. And we are looking for this first set of shuttle runs to be somewhere around the 2-ish minute mark, at which point, yes, Deb right there, first one off these shuttle runs, right after the 2-minute mark, and she is hitting the ground running on these wall walks. She's choosing to do these walk the floors down to the plank position and then all the way back up. And there goes twin one, finishing off. About to go into these wall walks. So deep breath in, hips first, getting all the way up. And yes, now we got Bird Dog as well, joining in on these wall walks. And just like twin one, let's make sure that the chest starts on the ground and finishes on the ground. And so Bird Dog getting all the way up, getting all the way back down. And we got Mighty Mouse hitting that cross, reach, and stand for these wall walks. So love to see everyone challenging themselves. In this particular season, we're going to be sprinkling in some higher skill bodyweight movements. And I'd love to see you stick to the more challenging version of the movement, whatever that is for you, whether we have to break it up into lower sets. If we absolutely need to modify, so we see Bird Dog now deciding to finish off with walk the floors, that's an option as well. But to the extent possible, what I'd like to see you do is stick to the more challenging version, even if we have to break that up a little bit more. And we got Deb on these power cleans, getting low, getting those elbows nice and high. Mighty Mouse on these power cleans, boom, getting that up into the rack position. Bird Dog about to hit these power cleans as well. And let's remember that these are going to be from the ground. And so she's going to tap that ground, use those legs to pop that up, and let's get those elbows even faster, even higher. Better. We got twin one joining in on this barbell fun here. Boom, hitting that clean, tapping the ground. And let's get those elbows fast, elbows high. Catching that bar in the quarter squat, standing up to finish. And there we go, everyone, just about finishing off round one, making the mark as needed. We got Bird Dog about to sprint off into round two. Deb and Mighty Mouse deep into the runs on this round 2. And Twin 1 just about finishing off round 1. Going to be heading into round 2. And there she goes, sprinting off. So nice work here. Everyone on track to finish within today's target window. And the target windows are the best way to know if we are making the right choices to really challenge ourselves, but to get the intended stimulus of the workout. So as long as we pick the weights and do the options that help us to finish in that target time or to get the target rounds, that is how we use the target window. And we are deep into this second round here, remembering that it's now 15 sets of shuttle runs in this round. So whatever version of the shuttle run that we're doing, we're keeping track of these. And let's do this here, guys. And on this second round, after these 15 shuttle runs, we're going to be doing 6 of these wall walks. Now that first round, we always have a good shot of adrenaline, and we're finishing within a good amount of time. This second round here, the goal is going to be to finish this round in about the same time as that first round, or hopefully a little bit less. You know, it is less reps on this. But we know that due to fatigue, we should at least hope to finish within the same time as that first round. So most of us finish that first round somewhere between 4 to 5 minutes or so. And that would still put us on track to finish within the target window if we finish this second round in about the same amount of time. And so we got Bird Dog going up the walls. We got Twin 1 going up the walls here as well, with the 6 wall walks in this round. Both Deb and Mighty Mouse on these power cleans here. Hips low, chest up, shoulders back. And Mighty Mouse on to this last set of runs. We got 10 shuttle runs for Mighty Mouse. We got 10 shuttle runs for Deb. We got Twin 1 and Bird Dog, both tackling challenging versions of the movements today, but still on track to finish within the target window. So you guys are doing good. Stay the course. Don't get too caught up in these options. You guys are all doing good, picking options that are good for you. Moving well, challenging yourself appropriately. And we got Deb deep into this last set of 10 shuttle runs. We got Mighty Mouse deep into this last set of 10 shuttle runs. Twin 1 about to pick up this bar. We got 6 power cleans in this round. Fast hips, fast elbows, getting those elbows nice and high. Weight so heavy it's shaking that camera. Taking a breath, boom. And let's get even faster elbows. As we get tired, we gotta really commit with those elbows to make that lift. There we go. Bird Dog sprinting on this last round of 10 shuttle runs here. Deb already on the last 3 of these wall walks. Mighty Mouse are actually already on that bar, the last set of 3 power cleans. Boom, there goes 1. There goes 2. And time for Mighty Mouse toward the lower end of this target window. And we got Deb about to pick up this bar for the last set of 3. Both Bird Dog and Twin One almost done with the runs. And Deb on that last power clean. So nice work, Deb. Let's hit that victory dance. Yep, and let's cheer each other on. We got Bird Dog on the last 3 wall walks. We got Twin One finishing off the last set of runs here.
Nice wall walks, Bird Dog.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Nice. Keep that door shut. Keep that door shut.
Yep. No one's getting in through that door.
Woohoo!
And there goes Bird Dog picking up this bar for the last time.
Coach
Boom.
D.
There goes 1.
Let's do it.
There goes 2. And 3, 4.
Nice,
Bird
Robin.
Dog.
All right, Coach D.
Here comes Twin One.
Take your time. You're
Let's
representing.
get all the way up here. It's only 3 wall walks. Let's get at least 1 nose to wall.
Nice biceps there, girl.
Still definitely well within the target
Nice.
window. So
Nice.
let's prep it out.
Oh
There
my
goes
God.
1.
Yes, nice job.
And let's take a couple extra breaths. Let's get both of these nose to the wall as well. You're still
Yep,
well
take your
within the
time.
target window.
And look and snatch there, girl. Coach D.
And there she
Nice.
goes to take a couple
Nice.
extra breaths. Still well within the target window. Let's get this last one nose on the wall as well.
Nice job.
All
Yeah.
3 nose
Oh,
on the
nice
wall.
job.
Love it. And then chest to the ground to finish. There we
Woohoo.
go. And then 3 power
It
clean.
shows.
Let's take that breath.
Nice weight
Full
there. Nice
focus.
weight.
In that jump and flip. Boom, there's
Nice.
1.
Oh, nice elbow.
Boom, touch and go for 2.
Woo.
And here goes the last one. Fast
Oh
elbow.
my
pick
God,
that up.
that was
That is
Nice
time
job. Nice
for
job.
Twin One. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, that was super exciting. And now we're at the best part of the workout, which is the cool down stretch. And this stretch helps us to fight soreness, increase flexibility, so we can come back day after day, staying consistent and committed. So the first stretch we're going to do today is the squat. And that's going to be where we're laying face down. And we've got those arms out to the side. And we're going to get the right foot going left into that left hand, or as close as we can. And while we're here, let's hear some high-low buffalo. Let's hear first from Bird Dog. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then we're gonna get the 1 elbow up and pull to the side like this. But what is your high-low buffalo, Bird Dog?
I'm gonna say my high is the wall walks, because I was able to do the last 2 rounds actually on the wall. So I was proud about that. But my low, I need to work on my stamina. So the runs is something I need to do probably every day. Do a little more walking. And buffalo, yeah, I was also the wall walks, because I've always just done them on the floor. So yay me.
Yes, yay you. And that's what this season is about, trying new things, even if we have to take a couple extra breaths in between, but sticking with it. And I'm so glad you pushed yourself today. Let's go ahead and hit scorpion on the other side. So we got the other arm out to the side, left foot now going right as close as we can to the right hand. And while we're on this side, let's hear from Mighty Mouse. And if we're doing this from the seated position, we're getting the other arm up and pulling to the side like this. But what is your high-low buffalo, Mighty Mouse?
My high was the wall walks, doing it with the extra move you told me to do it with the standing. That's also my buffalo. After a while, I was getting kind of tired, but then I got the rhythm, so I wasn't getting that tired. I was breathing in between, and so and also I didn't have a low, but it was a good workout.
And we always got to find ways to keep you on your toes, right, Mighty Mouse? But we give you that challenge and you rise to it. Let's go ahead and switch to Dragon now. So we've got the one leg up and we are leaning into this with the chest up. And while we're here, let's hear a little bit more about the Habit Master coaching that we were talking about at the beginning of the episode. Coach D, Twin One, is one of our awesome Habit Master coaches. And so how have you benefit from coaching and what do you appreciate about coaching others? If we're doing this from the seated position, we're going to twist toward the right, just holding on to whatever we need to.
So the Habit Master coaching is it's pretty awesome. I get to talk to people one-on-one and tailor to their needs, and everyone has a different obstacle they have to overcome or they need help with. So we tackle them one-on-one, little by little. It's nothing drastic. It's just little things that I learned from when I was being helped. Little, steps takes us to a long way in the long run, and they're more permanent. So it helped me to also, it helps me to be an example as well. So I have to set the example so then I could help others, because then I could help talk them through it as well.
Spoken like a true veteran of the program, small changes lead to big changes, changes that actually stick. And let's go ahead and switch to Dragon on the other side. Got the other leg forward, leaning into it like this. And while we're over here, let's hear it from Deb. Deb has been through some private health coaching sessions, dialing in some habits, changing her life around. And so how have you benefited from this Habit Master coaching? And by the way, in the seated position, we're now twisting the other way.
Oh, hi. I don't know if I was supposed to introduce myself, but I'm Deb. If I didn't tell you before. But anyway, I benefited from Habit Master coaching because it showed me how to eat, when to eat, how to eat. So sometimes you're not eating bad. Sometimes you're just eating at the wrong times of the day. And so, yeah. And so I benefited from that. And then, meal planning, it's all good. And even if you don't remember, like if you're not going to forget, but if you don't remember to meal plan or meal plan in your head. And so my first session or two, I lost 10 pounds. So that's how excited I was, because it was just a matter of eating when you eat. And so it was always good. And then I had other coaching. Coach D, very good coach. Showed me how to, do my power clean. Love that move. Haven't mastered it yet, but I'm practicing and working on it. So yeah, the Habit Master coaching is definitely bomb. Thank you, coaches.
Thank you, Deb, for being such a great example as well, applying all the coaching that you've received. Well, that's our WOD, that's our stretch, that's our high-low buffalo. You know what we got to do now. We got to hit that sweaty selfie, because does this count if we don't take that selfie? Let's flex on the camera here, guys, and let's take this selfie. Sweaty selfie in 3, 2, 1. And crazy face. And let's put the fist in the middle for the cheer. On 3, 2 claps, fit crew. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Big crew.
Fit crew. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoy this program, then please give this channel a subscribe, a like, and a share. Thank you very much, and see you next time.